All right, we in, ladies and gents, boys and girls of all ages. We are here. Let's see if this is the correct map. This is the correct map. Wonderful. All right. In the short term, I will have each of the players, from player 1 all the way to player 5, introduce their characters. I'm going to change the chat commands to make everything much more affordable for everybody. That way everybody can roll dice this time. Player 1, go ahead and introduce yourself and what kind of character you're going to be playing.
So I usually go online by Catalyst. I'm going to be playing Dimitri Callis, a Ladrian Paladin. I'm a denizen of this world that we're in right now. It has taken me up until about this point to realize things are not quite as they seem.
Wonderful. And player 2.
Hi, my name is Aquatic. I'm going to be playing Wardrow the Cleric. He's from a small hamlet in the Forgotten Realms and acts as the town's kind of parish leader, protector, and overall helper around town. He likes to help out whoever he can, wherever he can, and that's how I'm going to be playing him in this campaign.
Wonderful. And player 3. Oh, we'll move to player 4. I think he's having some tech issues right now. Player 4, what about you?
My name's Will Eldenmake. You'll see me playing as Samson, a reborn wizard that has no idea what's going on and where he's from, or pretty much anything. Except these spells. Trusty spells.
Trusty spells. And player 5. I like player 3 because of the mushroom. That's true. Same.
I'm Flirta, otherwise known as Fly, and I am playing a Harengen wild magic sorcerer by the name of L4CK. And I don't know much about myself as my own character. I'm learning things as they go along and string along.
Wonderful intro. Also, Sugi Daddy with I know not who I am, but I must fireball. That's fucking relatable. Let's go. Okay, I'm almost done with all the commands. I will test one of them soon.
I am back.
Welcome back. You want to do your really quick intro and describe your character?
Yeah, alright, so name's Puddles. I'm playing a mushroom folk moral subclass, so tiny fucking mushroom fella. I'm a rogue, so I'm gonna be fucking sneaking around. My little feller comes from a grove that's been ravaged by truffle sniffing hogs, and I have been cast into this world that I do not know of.
Yeah. All right, so you heard it here first, folks. We got a mushroom. Oh, I'm hearing double. Why am I hearing double? Okay, I fixed it. Okay. Wonderful. So for this session and sessions to the foreseeable future, I will be the game master. My name is That Turtle GM. You can find me on YouTube, on Twitch, obviously, because you're here, duh, and some other platforms like TikTok, and I think don't I have a Aquatic? Didn't we do like a what was the thing that we did? Twitter? Did we do a Twitter?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, we did it like forever. I might be on Twitter too. I have no idea. But anyway,
We did it a while ago.
Yeah, that was from a while back.
Anyways, what we have today is Twitch chat will be able to actually interact with the game at real time. So it took forever to do this, so mind if it's janky, but basically it's going to be super simple. So down in the bottom left corner of the chat, you're going to see turtle tokens. Generally, this is commands that you can use for a variety of things, but I have made 50 of them, 10 for each player, based on dice. So you'll see that some of them say negative values and some of them say positive values for each dice value. They'll have varying costs based on the dice roll, and all you have to do is you have to click on one, cash it in whenever you're ready. And let's say player 1, I'm going to cash one in myself. Player 1, it'll show up in the chat as it was redeemed. A dice will be rolled on screen in live. The value will be recorded on the left-hand side of the screen under Fortunes of Fate. And then boom, bada boom, once it figures it out, boom, bada boom, then that'll happen. After that is done,
Oh,
we
awesome.
have one of our players. I'm not telling you which one. You'll figure it out in time because we're going to start yelling at each other halfway through. I'm going to debuff the life out of Fly.
What
do
the
it.
fuck?
Please
What the
do it.
fuck?
Please
Yes.
do it. Please do.
No.
After that value is shown up on screen, the dice will eventually fade away, as you just saw. The Fortunes of Fate will stay there for a while. I don't know why it's blinking. Polypop's being weird, but it'll do that until I fix it. Anyways, after that's done, somebody will fix the karma scale. Karma is the amount of positive or negative value somebody has, and that will be the next time that they make a important quote-unquote roll. So saving throws and ability checks that are not important will not be rolled. Not be rolled with karma. Normally, I will just state with or without karma. Sometimes I won't, and I'll imply it. Like in combat, you're going to always roll with karma. Outside of combat, there's going to be situations where we don't really need to. Are there any questions from chat? Or are there any questions from the players? I will get to the little icons that we have here in a second for karma. I'm going to wait to see if... You teabagged me in Overwatch like two months ago. It's deserved. Get wrecked.
Womp womp.
Well, that's your karma coming back for you, my friend.
Yeah, Fly. It's burning you there, burning you.
Hey, 2 months late.
2 months late, 2 months early. It's been sabotaged this whole time. We got a good luck for you guys. You're gonna need it.
The
I
long-
like your funny
longer
words,
than-
DM man. All right, doesn't look like anybody has any obvious questions, so we are going to start the game. If at any point the players need a small break, that's okay, that's chillin'. If the chat has any questions, we have somebody here to sort of stop me. That'll be Fly for a little bit. He's going to be looking at chat on and off to make sure I'm paying attention to everything. But,
Turtle.
yeah, go
What
ahead.
is the little scales next to our character portraits?
You're right. Thank you for reminding me. I get easily distracted. The scales next to the portraits are a sort of universal boon that the players are going to start with. And they are able to cash in said boon to clear their karma completely. Whether it be positive or negative, they can get rid of all of their karma. They will not get them back until they have a big story event. Some characters will have character arcs that are multiple sessions long. Other characters may have like this big dramatic moment where they're having this self-sacrifice that they live through. That is how they will earn it back. It'll be exceedingly difficult to get. So this is a resource that they have to preserve with their lives. This is also just a failsafe because I have no clue how fast you guys are going to accumulate negative karma. So we're going to run this by basically the seat of our pants. Lastly, a reminder that is you can boost or like subtract karma. You can add or subtract karma. There's positive values and negative values for your favorite players. So yes, as much as we like picking on Fly, sometimes Dimitri needs a little help too. And Dimitri, don't feel shy about asking chat for a little bonus if you need to make a saving throw desperately.
We'll see if I pray to our gods, which are the chat, to have favor on us.
We will also talk about what chat is, because chat is incorporated in the story once we're actually started.
Ooh.
All right, I think we're just about there. If there's no questions, no distractions, and no goofy gooberin', I think we're ready to go. You are a benevolent god. That's about right.
Hey, better than a fickle one. At least I know what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. All right, where our humble story begins is in the throes of chaos between the realms of man and God. A place so small and isolated that you would almost miss it on the universal scale. This place is known as Ravenloft. Like a vast ocean between many, many shores is fog. Fog that rolls on for miles and miles and miles. The locals call this fog the Mists, and although in between these large ocean-level quantities of mist are these small, reserved islands of land. And these islands, although individually ran by these creatures known as Dark Lords, are not inherently evil. They are just scary. There are creatures in the night here. Creatures like the werewolf, classic standard horror fantasy. But other creatures known as suture flies, or worse, out in the mist. Those who terrain and traverse out into the mist are known to go crazy, die from exhaustion, thirst, or even disease. Monsters more powerful than one can imagine roam the forests that lurk in the mists. And everyone knows that the mist is just another natural phenomenon. It is as dangerous as the ocean is for us, or as dangerous as space is, and it is just as natural. To the people who live in Ravenloft, this place is just, well, the mist. It's not some supernatural scary event, it is just what it is. But to outsiders, to people who do not belong here, the mist is a terrifying mystery. Ha, get it? Mist, mystery, ha, funny. Anyways, although the mist is one of those places that is definitely mysterious and spooky, the realm's inhabitants are, well, half-baked. They are not fully there. And we will explore that as the game progresses. Where the story truly starts is a little place called Vickel. Victul. Catalyst, your character Dimitri, has grown up here. You are the only person at this table right now who is currently there. Dimitri, the town of Victul is one of those places that people describe as a paradise on a terribly cursed land. This place is extremely bountiful in harvest. This place is safe from disaster and safe from bad weather, safe from monsters. It is a haven. People here are happy and they smile. People here are lucky and a little creepy. The townsfolk celebrate and dance day after day. They harvest bountiful crops, but very few leave the borders. Very few go into the forest, and even fewer go into the lake. During your many years of being alive, you've noticed that people don't talk like normal. They don't have more than a couple lines of quote-unquote dialogue to say to you. Most people are stuffy, like scarecrows. And even worse than that, the terrain itself feels like it's watching you constantly. You can't sleep very easily, and many years have passed under this sort of pressure. Yes, semi-rendered NPCs is extremely accurate. While this place is unnatural, and it doesn't feel like you belong, the people are exceedingly friendly towards you. They know you. You've lived here for many years. But I think the worst part is the fact that you've seen people die and come back to life like nothing happened. I mean, hell, last year, you watched Uncle Ruck leave into the forest to go grab wood. He stayed a little too long, and he never came back. Well,
Uncle Ruckus.
not intact. He was retrieved by a couple of paladins who brought back the top half of his body. The city was distraught. This never happens to them. But many days passed. A full moon rose. And just like every full moon, your eyes closed as you went to bed. And the morning came. And everything was back to normal. Uncle Ruck was still harvesting wood in the forest. People acted like he didn't just die days ago in a bloody massacre, torn in half. People acted like you were crazy. And this happened again, and again, and again, and again. And every year, things are a little bit different. But the one thing that stays the same is every full moon, you don't remember the night. Hell, you don't remember the day either. In fact, most of that week is foggy. But this year, on the night of the new moon, something is different. The mist is known to bring in travelers from another realm, because the mist is not just a weather phenomenon. It is an ambient series of souls, a sort of soup, if you will. These souls are made up of the evil and the good of so many long-dead heroes and villains. This mist is cruel. This mist has a sense of humor. And this mist is simply here to cause chaos. And it is not uncommon for the mist to play practical jokes. And it is not uncommon for the mist to steal people and drop them into a new realm. And on this day, Catalyst, when you wake up in the morning and you head out to the smithy where your father works, and you decide it's time to do something different, to try to break this cycle, that is when your father finally has a new piece of dialogue. Catalyst, I'm going to show you the next area of the map, just real quick. Everybody will be able to see it, but we're going to take a quick look at Victal from a little closer up. Victal is a very humble village, although the architecture is relatively new and the materials are fresh, and everything seems beautiful, especially in the August when the leaves are turning colors. It is at night when things become creepy. Alleyways just a little too long and uncomfortable. Roads a little too quiet. Trees looming. Buildings staring. Catalyst, or more accurately, Dimitri. During the day, this place is, well, like any other, it's home. And you are heading south on this part of the map, towards your father's blacksmithing shop. Now, your father is a humble man. He is not very smart. He is not very wise. But if there's one thing, he's an honest man. He works hard. He is an honest person. He will just tell you how he feels, even if that dialogue is very short, Dimitri. Dimitri, what does your father look like?
He is an Eladrin similar to me, but a much heavier set of a build to him. He is mostly in a fall mood, I guess is the way to put it, with Eladrins and their seasonal changes. Reddish, rusty hair, a bit more of a beard, surprisingly, for a elf to have. Yeah.
Boy, where have you been all morning?
I've been looking towards the mist, seeing out there, maybe.
Yeah, the
further.
mist. Every morning with you. Get in here, I need your help. He is currently ironing what looks like a very large horseshoe, probably for a horse 3 times the size of some other horses. You're quite unsure what this is for exactly. Like, obviously it's a horseshoe, but, like, there's no horse big enough for this.
Are we expecting needing some extra luck coming up?
You're funny, boy. But no, nothing that quaint. Simply it's for the festival. You have never heard of such festival, Dimitri.
The festival?
The tithe coming up, boy. We have it every year. You know, full moon, tithe, mother comes. You know? Come on, boy, screw on your head. You must be sleepy. He, like, grabs your face and pulls on the bottom part of your skin under your eyes to sort of, like, widen your eyes to see if you're actually awake.
The mother. Of course. The festival every year, right.
Yes,
I'm so
boy.
busy.
It's my responsibility to make the tokens for the festival, and it takes a while to make them. I make them every year. I mean, how do you forget this, boy? Were you hit on the head one too many times?
Not too many. I've done my best to avoid.
You watch as this life, sort of like that's animating him, leaves. Almost like whatever was there with him is gone. And he's just right back to NPC mode. And he starts banging on the anvil. And he says, I need you to go to the forest today, once again, And you know the drill. You're going to the forest, you're gonna go grab the same thing you always do. A pack of rations that are sitting on the thing from a paladin who travels and drops them off. You're gonna bring them back here, and that's gonna be your day pretty much. Every day that you do this. Same day. Nothing new.
Of course. Know the location. We're looking rations again, correct, Father?
Yes, boy. Oh, lords above. Mother, please praise be to you. Bless him with wisdom and foresight. He needs it. He inherited his father's mind. I'm so sorry, boy.
Sharp as least as much as your blades.
Go. You're gonna be late. Take this. He actually turns and grabs a bladed weapon off the top. You want to describe your special weapon to the audience?
Yes, it's a double-bladed scimitar. One that has been sort of in the family line for a long time. Pride and joy of the family. It's got various runes inscribed among the bladed portion of it. The hilt is wrapped. It's very well maintained, not overly worn, but not pristine as something that has never been used.
He hands you the blade and he says, "Treat it well. You know
I
this."
will.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that was it.
You know this blade to be the Hound's Talons. A blade made by your great-grandfather, passed down and made better by your grandfather, passed down and made even better by your father, and now passed down to you. The idea is that each blacksmith improves upon the work of the other. Hopefully one day you will take up the legacy and do the same when you have a kid.
Mhm.
You leave the shop, heading back out to Victal. And things are much different after the new moon last night. You find that people are preparing for this festival now that somebody has said it. Almost like a event in a game has been triggered. You see that people are working on carvings of statues, wooden tiny figurines, nothing crazy. Some people are talking about Mother actively. You've never heard of this figure called Mother. You're not sure what to feel, I suppose, but what are you thinking right now? What is going through your mind?
Dimitri is looking around at the various activities that are going on that are clearly not part of the routine that he's noted being around. He's used to the townsfolk having regular squabbles that kind of get resolved and then reignited every year or so. So this is very unusual that the town is kind of out of this rut of repetitiveness.
To take a very small break, a reminder to the audience here. Not only can you roll dice, but there are 2 active chat events happening right now. We're going to talk about those at the break in the middle. But if you want to take an early access look towards them, I would suggest looking around Twitch and trying to find them. They are currently active, though. Dimitri, as you head out into the forest using this beaten down path, there's somebody. Somebody has contributed $250 towards the Protect the Party challenge. Good. Now, Chaos, can somebody in Chaos donate 1,000 so the party gets screwed over? Yes! Thank you!
What the fuck?
Yes! Let's go! All right.
It has begun.
But as you're moving down this beaten path, heading outside of the city walls, you pass many farmlands that are extremely rich and fertile, very well protected by wicker scarecrows that are standing. The biggest and weirdest thing about these scarecrows is that they are missing eyes. And as
something not walking.
As you head out into the forest, you notice that the mist is particularly tall today. And that's where we move to Ich.
Yes.
Wonderful. Oh, people are still going for this. Go K-Bobs, go! Go K-Bobs, go! Ich. We open up with your colony on fire. You have lived here for many years. You know the way around. You know how to hide. You know how to run. But these people that are attacking your colony are extremely good at what they do. And this monster that they have brought, and this fire that they are unleashing, is uncontested. Your people are screaming. Your people are very clearly being butchered. And these people think of you as monsters, but your people are not monsters. You are just people living in the Underdark, trying to be better than the monsters around you. But these people, they don't see it that way. No, they do not see it that way. In fact, they are trying to exterminate you. And you are better at hiding than the rest of your colony. In fact, you are known as the sneakiest of your kind. And currently you are hiding with like 5 other Mycoloids, waiting, hoping that the screaming stops, hoping that some part of your village will be spared from this wrath, from this ambient wrath of these people who are just evil. And you can't help but feel as though suddenly there's more smoke in the air than normal. The black smoke that is choking out your people is thickening, trapped in the same room as you, but none of you can cough. None of you can make too much of a noise. Because right behind that door, that hidden door, is a monster you can barely see through the cracks of the wood. This monster is huge, easily 15 feet tall. It has warts, spine-like hair, a snout that is covered in blisters and warts, and 2 green feral eyes. Its teeth are extremely malformed and yellow, broken in bits, and it seems to be taking glee as it is chomping on something. A mushroom. A large mushroom. A person. One of your comrades. One of your colony. It is eating it like a truffle, like a pig would. And it is trouncing through your place. Like nothing. And you know if any of your people cough, this thing will hear you and do to you what it is doing to them. This monster is British. Shut up, Fly. I was ignoring the chat and I just looked up and saw that. That's.
Also, thank you for the subs and the follow as well.
Thank you guys. You are struggling to basically hold your breath against this choking smoke. But the Mycoloids around you are not so lucky. They cough, and this creature stops moving. The following, 40 seconds is dead silence as this monster sniffs the wall up and down and goes berserk, destroying the wall between you and it, absolutely destroying any hope of hiding, and your people scatter. You're coughing, you're running, you are trying to get away, and the only thing between you and full escape is a man who has a net. And as he throws it at you, you think to yourself, this is it. The net hits you, you roll into the dirt, smoke surrounds you, choking you out. And as the man is approaching, the smoke is so thick you can barely see, you pass out. You wake up in a field of grass, tall grass. Wait, it's not grass at all. It's this golden crop. You've never seen it before. There's people around you. You're standing? You have clothes? You've never had clothes on before. You have overalls and a shirt and shoes. And Nice sunglasses. You even have what looks like the tool, a scythe. To you, it's this weird, like, object with a sharp, pointy curve end. And you have a basket full of this, like, crop. And there's 3 human and elvish men around you, sort of just doing the same thing that you presume you were doing, which is cutting down this crop. You have no idea where you are and how you got here. And your memory is starting to fade away. As fast as it was there, you're having trouble remembering, like, where you were or what you were doing. But you know one thing for sure? That monster will never leave. You know that thing was real. And you know your people are dying as you think about this. And you're just here in this field. What are you doing?
I guess I'll look at one of the other people and ask what's going on.
Friend, what are you talking about? We're harvesting for the festival, for the tithe.
Festival? What festival? I was in the Underdark, in my colony, and this monster.
Slow down, friend. Slow down. Underdark? What is that?
It's just kind of like this dark place. You know, it's pretty light actually, but you know.
You must have been to one of the caves. We told you not to go exploring out to the caves. Silly guy. Okay, look. How about we finish up here? We go back to the tavern. We have some drinks, and you can talk all about it. How about that? You know, we could talk this out. Maybe some fae tricked you into leaving the cave early. There's a bunch of tricky fae out that way towards the rocks.
Huh. Well, I guess you're right.
Exactly.
But,
Of course I'm. Now, shush. Now, you don't have to ask that many questions. The festival's coming up, and if anyone knows anything about the festival, it's a time to be happy. We have plenty of prep to do before then. We got plenty of work to do. How about this, friend? And he claps you on the back, and he says, "Look, come here." And he takes you away from the other 2 men, and he says, "Look. I know you're probably having a tough time today, but." Think of it, the festival's only in like 15 days. That's like 15 more days before awesomeness. Ain't that right?
I guess.
And if you're having trouble with Faye, you're having trouble with Faye, right?
I think.
Exactly. You gotta be having trouble with Faye if you don't even know what a Faye is. Obviously, duh. Okay, look, we're gonna go back to town. We're gonna get some drinks. Maybe you're just you got some heat stroke going on, some heat exhaustion. I don't know. Come here, man. And he gives you like a noogie. And he's like, okay, come on, little guy. Let's get you out of the sun.
Okay.
As he's walking you away from the field, something feels wrong. As you look back, and the 2 men that were with you are just sort of standing in the field, looking out towards the forest, with smiles on their faces, not moving. Samson, you are currently dying.
Fair enough.
Samson, you're unsure exactly how a barbed devil got into the tavern. And you're even more confused on why exactly the barbed devil decided to skewer you through the arm first. But after a very short brawl, and even more crazily enough, a second barbed devil coming in, you find yourself without entrails. They're out trails now. And it's not a good time, Samson. Do you have any last words as you're face up looking at the barkeep who you've never really met before?
What happened?
You got stabbed. What do I do? You got innards as in outwards. Do I stop the bleeding? Do I?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. I don't know what's going on here. Anybody a doctor? Like, get a doctor, get help.
Okay. At the moment he moves his hand away from your stomach, you watch as 2 more very important-looking organs begin to slide out of your stomach, and he has to move his hand to keep them there. And he's panicking because your party is like not awake. They're not dead either. They're just not very conscious, and they're not very healthy either. And everybody had run off to go get guards, and the guards that came died. And this is just a giant bloodbath. And then everything's gray. Like, the color in the world has gone away, and this man that's holding your guts together is, like, looking at you and talking, but all you can hear is, like, the Charlie Brown version of wah 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 wah, and that's fading away, and you feel this tugging sensation on, like, your magic. It's similar to when you cast, like, high-level spells, but it's strong. It's like a sailor pulling a boat into shore. It's consistent. And suddenly, everything is just completely foggy and horrible. This is no afterlife that you are used to. This is something worse. There are millions, no, thousands, billions of spirits here. They are all angry. They are all... This is not what the clerics had told you. This is not what the gods had promised. This is not something... This is something between heaven, between hell, between the 9 hells, between the astral plane. You are fighting. Like that scene in, if anybody's seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where, like, the representation of what it's like to be inside of a Philosopher's Stone is, like, there's billions of other voices in there, and they're all just, like, howling and trying to fight for control. That's what it's like for you, Samson. It is so difficult to keep a hold of who you are, and you're there for exactly 30 seconds, Samson. This feeling, this, like, fight for your life ends so suddenly as that tug yanks you back down to the earth itself. And you find yourself in a casket. It is dark and very cramped and moving. Bumpy.
What's going on?
Your bones ache. You're sore.
I go to, like, bang on the casket to get out.
You find that your strength is much less. Maybe this, like, weird death thing has gotten you all weak for some reason. You don't exactly know. The pounding that you managed to get out on this very cramped box is like a dull, like... It's not great, but eventually you feel whatever is moving you stops. And you hear from, like, in front of you, which is where your head is, you hear, "I swear to God, if that damn ghost is back, I'm gonna fucking shit myself." You hear somebody waddling on dirt, climbing up, and then he says, "All right, ghost, show yourself."
No.
I didn't mean for you to show yourself. You go back to the spirit realm now, ghost.
I'm stuck in here. You help me out?
Well, I don't know much about possessed boxes, but you seem like a polite ghost. What do I do?
Open the casket.
Okay, Mr. Ghost. You hear a rustling of tools, and then he grabs a crowbar and wedges it in between, missing your leg by, like, maybe a centimeter, and cracks the bottom half of it open, and then cracks the top half, and then cracks the other end open. And daylight meets your eyes. You see this round, almost blueberry-shaped man, stocky head, balding, almost blackish blue hair, fugly face, and a crowbar. You ain't no ghost. I thought you were dead.
Thought I was too.
What the hell you doing in the casket, boy? Or, I should say, old man.
Your guess is good as mine. You're the one driving it.
Yeah, good point. I did buy this off a man for cheap. Alright, well, I'm just going to town real quick if you wanna ride with me, I guess.
I guess I don't know. I don't have any. Where are we?
Well, we're on the road right now. Your oldliness. But we're heading to Victor right now.
I guess I'm good to go.
All right, you want like here? I don't have much in the way of cushioning, but here, he hands you a cushion with a silver button on it in the middle. And off of the silver button, you see your reflection. A face you do not recognize. An old face. A very old face.
I rub my eyes a little bit. Like,
You see that your hand is wrinkled and deformed.
who is this?
What do you mean? Who? Look, dude, you just came out of my casket. I don't know anything, dude.
This is not me.
Well, it's not me. He smacks his the reins to the carriage, and for the first time you notice that the thing that is pulling the carriage is this large, like six-legged horse with two heads.
Okay. I get up, get out, take a seat.
What do I call you, old man?
Samson.
Samson. Well, that's a stupid fucking name. All right, Samson. We'll sit your ass down. We'll get to Victor and we'll get you some of that good food. They got that bread. Oh, they got some good bread over there. Oh, let me tell you what, boy. Oh, bread. Come on, sweetie. And then he cracks the reins again, and Sweetie begins to drive the carriage forward. Luck.
Yes.
We open up with you being probably the luckiest you've ever been. Although the experiments have always been fuzzy on what exactly they did to you, those scientists really knew their way around magic. I mean, hell, every day has been a new adventure for you. You can walk into a place and everything just sort of seems to fall in your lap. Money, women, adventure, riches, wealth. Anything that your heart really desires, you sort of just get. I mean, that was their intention after all, make you the luckiest creature on Earth. And yet, every night that you get a free stay at a fancy tavern or a new mansion, every meal that you had, you feel like you're being watched by an angry audience. As though thousands of eyes are jealous. But every time you go out and talk to a crowd, everyone loves you. Everyone. Every time you meet somebody, every single person loves you, Luck. But you just can't shake this feeling that something's not right. And one day, you head into a church. What do you think you headed into that church for?
The building looked cool.
The building looked cool. That is probably a good reason as any. As you walk into this building, you're unsure what deity resides here. I mean, hell, who cares, really? Not your building. Not yet, at least, if you wanted it to be. You find that stepping into this place feels different. Like you don't exactly have all the control that you normally have. Of course you're still lucky. People glance at you and basically throw their coin at you. Basically ask anything that you would want to know or tell you anything that you would wish to know. And everything is still going smoothly. But again, that feeling, that overwhelming anxiety of everybody seeing you is still there. And as you sit down, maybe talking to 50 or 60 people, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And for the first time since the experiments, you feel like you're in danger. You feel genuinely in fear of your life. And as you turn around, your fur basically on end. You are just literally any moment away from sprinting out of this building as fast as you can. Your heart is beating at 1,000 miles an hour. You're thinking to yourself, this is it. This is where I die. This is where I get eaten. You are turned around firmly to face a man in a shadowy cloak. You see a stern, sharp jaw. You see a very well cleaned and kept beard. And you see eyes that are white with irises that are gold. And they are not mute like a mortal's eyes would be. No, they are glistening like literal gold in a dimly lit room.
I'm staring at them, eyes wide open, just waiting on like a pin drop to run.
And the room goes quiet. These people are no longer talking. This man is the only voice you hear. And you hear, your debt is due. And you will pay the debt soon.
Oh, what that?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. This is your last day here, Luck. Your last day in the city. The last day. Your last day. Enjoy it while you can. And suddenly the world seems to go back to being vibrant and lucky. What would you like to do for the rest of the day, Luck?
I'm going to find somewhere safe I can hide and hide.
You hide in probably the most secure bunker you've ever seen. Well, obviously the mayor of the town has a great bunker, but you may have persuaded him to triple the guard, and also provide a security detail to anything you need. And that night when you're hiding, making sure that today will not be your last day, you eventually doze off. And when you wake up, you find that you are in an audience of people, a crowd. Everyone's gathered in the city of Victal, and they are cheering and celebrating as the new moon is finally over. And now they have the festival to look forward to. Isn't that great? Luck, isn't that great? And a man elbows you in the side. He's like, Luck, isn't this wonderful? We get to, the festival's coming right around the corner. We got, everything's going well. You know, Mother's really blessed us this year. I think that's great.
What festival?
Have you been drinking? And as he says, have you been drinking again? You look down and your hand has a cup of ale that is half drunk. And you don't remember drinking or standing or meeting any of these people. But worse off than that, somebody bumps you and spills the cup on your chest. And now, to everyone else, this isn't that uncommon. I mean, getting bumped in somebody in a crowd. I mean, how often does that happen? But Luck, this has never happened to you in the last 3 years. Nobody has ever bumped into you. Nobody.
I should go.
All right, buddy. Well, just know that we got some stuff for tomorrow.
I'm running like halfway through. I'm talking.
You sprint off, and you're hitting a couple people on the way by. You step on a sharp rock at one point, and as you manage to get behind a building, completely alone on this dark night, you notice that everything around you is just more intense, more scary, more dangerous. And you realize that you are no longer the lucky little guy that you used to be. You are alone in a very, very scary place. You feel like prey once again. Wardra.
Hello there.
Shanti has been very graceful to your people the last 5 years. She has granted you bountiful harvest. She has made sure that your village is extremely well kept. By no small merit of your effort, of course. These people are basically lost without you, Wardra. They don't know how to ration for the winter. They barely know how to set up a town militia. But as much as their flaws go, they're good people. They're very good people. They're kind to each other. They know what it means to be charitable and honorable and truthful and caring. Wardra, these people are your people. They're your community. They're the people you watch out for. But you're the only person that can hear Shanti's magic, see her presence. You are their religion here. You are their mouthpiece. And I think that's probably what caused this problem. As you're looking out into the city, your town, your village, as a platoon of city soldiers are walking through the streets demanding a tithe to worship Shanti. Now, you had good intention. Of course you had good intention. These soldiers had come to town just a couple weeks ago. They had demanded to see you at the grand cathedral in the city. And of course you obliged. Why not go see Shanti's truest followers? They did not know kindness or generosity. They tithe their followers year in, year out. They make it a payment to attend worship. And most importantly, they have bastardized the type of worship that she performs. It is no longer about community and harvest, it is about efficiency and numbers. It is how much they could harvest. It is how much they can squeeze. It's very capitalistic of religion. And it was disgusting to see in person. And when they offered you a commanding position, what did you say?
Of course not. They must leave at once.
And this did not go unpunished. You see, the city has a lot of things going for it. And the first thing is they have a lot of money. Oh, they have a lot of money. And that means they can hire a lot of soldiers. And that means that they can bring those soldiers to your town. And that means that when they bring those soldiers to your town and they tell people that they are going to flatten every building in this area because they bought all the land, these people can do nothing about it. And Wardra, you are arguing, you are begging, pleading, even at one point debating on fighting these guards, when you hear somebody has gotten to it before you. A man pulls a very small dagger on a guard and says, "You will have my land over my life." And they take his life right there. It's clean, it's quick. He draws a sword, he cuts his throat, and there's a quiet that falls over your town. And just as you feel this like wave, this something come over you, you go to draw your weapon, and from behind, a man conks you in the back of the head, and you feel very dizzy. You go to a knee, Wardra, and you see a man with crooked teeth, a big smile, oiled back hair, a purple nice suit, hands that have never worked a day in his life, and these eyes full of greed. You know him as the bishop. Well, more specifically, Shanti's bishop, or self-appointed Shanti's bishop. And this bishop says, "Oh, little Wardra, don't worry, we'll take very good care of your people. You're not needed anymore." Would you like to retort?
Simply try to call out to Shanti and try to get any kind of power to take this bishop down right now before he can do any more damage.
For the first time, Wardra, you have not asked Shanti for damn near anything. Not directly, not like this. You've asked for good harvest, you've asked for good years, but that's not the same. You're asking for people. You are now asking for the power directly. You are asking for a way to make this better. And like a guiding hand, a dove flies from the trees, a bird you don't see in this area very often, flies from the trees and lands in front of you. Your eyes are blurring, and you hear the grass whisper to you, and it says, "You will never be alone, my child. Come back. Come back to me." And your eyes flutter closed as a warm light envelops you. The last thing you see is a few of your town's buildings being lit on fire and screaming. As you open your eyes, you are sitting at a tavern, someplace you probably would never go, not normally. You are currently eating. You have a plate in front of you. 3 women next to you. They are all laughing and giggling. like you were in the middle of a story that you were telling. And one of them says, please tell us more about this placer beast you were fighting. Ooh, you said you were mid strike against his feral maw.
No, I who are you?
Oh, he's all flustered, girls. Oh my goodness. I'm Diane, and in this over here, this is Sarah, and this is Sam. We're just. What do you mean?
No, you don't understand. I need to leave. I need to help them. I'm gonna get up and try to get out of here.
You stand up, and you start trying to recall. All the details are there, but suddenly you can't remember the name of your village.
I need to. What did I need to do? Where are we?
We're in Victal, sweetie. Sit. Are you okay? And they seem to all be worried, and they're fretting over you. A couple of them are like grabbing your arms. You seem to be like almost confused. If that's not the right word here. I think it's more like you're a little stunned, shell-shocked from this, right?
Is there I need to go to, is there a temple? That I need to collect myself.
I mean, there's a church, sweetie. What's up?
I need to go there.
You stand up to leave, and the door opens. And Ek is being led into the room, a mushroom man, with an elvish man, and he's leading Ek to a table, and he says, "Oh, come on, buddy, come on. The fields aren't that bad. You just gotta get cooled off with a tall glass." The man has a shirt that has a dove on it.
I'm gonna walk over to them. Hi, I'm Wardra. Do you know where we are? Can you help me?
Yeah, Wardra, you, what do you mean? You've lived here, Wardra. I mean, you stay here, I guess. You stay in the inn, but, like, that's not... You okay, Wardra? Like, this is happening to you too? Luck, is this contagious? Or, no, sorry, is this contagious?
What?
Is this... look, I just have a lot of people that are coming in, like, sick and uncomfortable. I don't know what's happening. Just here, Wardra, sit down. I'll get you a glass. I'll get Ek a glass, and we'll talk this out. Like fine folk. Ladies, can you give us some room? And you turn around, Wardra, and all three of these ladies are like right behind you.
God.
They're like waiting for you to like tell them to go away, or to stay more accurately.
I guess one drink couldn't hurt. You
good
there,
man. Good man.
Are you also not aware of how you got here, little friend?
Yeah, it's the strangest thing. Like, I don't quite remember. I feel like I'm supposed to know I'm from here, but at the same time, all I remember is this beast. Everything else is fuzzy.
I'm the same way. Do you remember how exactly you got here, or for me, it's just I kind of passed out.
I remember smoke.
There is a like noise at the door as you guys are talking, and a man dragging a herring gun, a rabbit person, is walking in, and he says, Dominic, I need help. This guy's heavy. And Luck, you are still mostly asleep on this guy's arm, as he's picked you up from the alleyway he found you in last night.
Okay.
Dominic, this...
Not good.
The barkeep Dominic is this, like, pretty tall individual with light brown skin and this very soft face. He's got long hair. It's this like really long brown hair that's really soft at the top. It looks curled at the bottom. He's got a very feminine figure, but his face is very masculine. You also note that his legs are extremely like muscular compared to his upper body. It's like he's never skipped leg day, but he always skips upper body. And you're not sure what that exactly means, but it becomes very apparent that Dominic knows his way around the bar and also knows his way around medical aid, because he pretty much tells the other guy, he says, "Oh, just bring him over here. I'll give him a little wake-up call, and he'll be right as rain. Get him over here." Luck, you're sort of fuzzy. You realize you're hungover. You haven't been hungover in 3 years. Hangovers happen to unlucky
Luck
people.
doesn't drink. Luck doesn't drink.
That's even worse than for you, because then that means that you've never been drunk and you're really hungover.
I'm up and about, right?
Kind of. After Dominic gives you this like first drink, he tells you very sternly, as he's like lifting up your face to look at him, he's like, "Luck, I need you to drink all of this right now. And if you don't want to drink it, I'm going to have to make you drink it. This will make you feel better." Oh, yeah, that's bad. Okay, hold on. He leans over the counter, grabs what looks like a brownish vial of liquid. Wardra, go ahead and roll me nature to see if you know what this is.
Ooh,
I'm
sure.
gonna try and kick him.
Okay, you want to try to kick him?
Yeah.
This is a close-ended bar, so to kick him means that you have to lift your leg all the way over this table. And
Actually,
go.
you know what? I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and try and push him away.
Okay, we'll do that soon. Wardra, go ahead and tell me what you rolled
Sure. That's a 10.
in total.
Yep.
Okay. That is not quite enough, but you recognize this liquid as some sort of medicinal thing. You're quite confident that the smell is worse close up. As he pops the cork on it, you use Mage Hand to push him.
I try to push the glass away.
The Mage Hand pushes the glass to the edge of the counter, and Dominic grabs it and says, Look, I don't want to do this the hard way, but you need this, so if you want to feel better, you need this.
I don't know who the fuck you are, and I don't know who the fuck you are.
Wardra, can you tell him to stop fighting me on this? And he looks at you like he knows you, Wardra.
Sure. Actually, I don't think he's going to like that tonic. Here, allow me, and I'll reach over and try and use some of my magic to help this person.
Okay. What are you doing to try to heal him? Are you just using a medicine
just
check?
Cure wounds.
Okay. That'll work in this case. He's not like poisoned or anything. Cure wounds. Go ahead and roll for that. The amount. If you roll anything above, well, you're domain of life, aren't you?
Yep.
Never mind. I was gonna say anything above a 2 and you're good, but you can't roll a 2. Yeah. So literally you're good. So suddenly, Luck, your mind becomes much more clear, less foggy. The ache that you had and the headache is completely gone as Wardra heals you. Wardra, as you channel your magic for the first time, and the audience might want to pay attention to this one, your magic does not manifest itself as this holy beacon of light that stitches together wounds. It instead, you feel this magic pulsate in your palm and emit this bright, almost greenish yellow light. And at first it is divine, it feels divine. And then suddenly, there's like a lurch in your stomach as you watch as maggots are summoned inside of Luck's body. They do not hurt you, Luck. Instead, they stitch together small wounds that you didn't realize you had. Some of them crawl into your brain and heal you, fix you. And then just as quickly as they formed, they are gone. This magic, twisted as it may look, is holy in nature. Wardra, what do you do when your magic looks like this? It is no longer what it used to look like, but it feels the same.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That's not. I'm gonna try and brush away any maggots I can see.
I'm just staring at him, eyes open, mouth open, not saying anything.
That's not what. I'm sorry, and I'll kind of just back off and take my hands back.
Wardra, you feel like your connection to Shanti is still just as strong. In fact, it might be more like clear than ever. You feel like her presence is very clearly here, especially in your magic. But there's also something else. It's like somebody has taken a glass of water, and that all that water is Shanti. All of it's still there. But somebody has added color dye into your water. Not changing what the water is, but changing what it looks like. And it is very uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable. Luck, how do you feel? Oh yeah, go ahead, Wartrap.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna try and immediately reach out and be like, "Hello, is this what's going on? What is this?" To Shanti.
Shanti, for the first time ever, does not feel like awake or aware. She's definitely there, but it's like her phone is on and nobody's picking up. Luck, what about you? This is pretty unlucky to have healing maggots heal you. So how do you feel about that? What's up?
I'm just going to sit there and freeze and just stare at him.
Yes.
The food in front of you and the ale, they're all right. I mean, you can eat. It's not like a big thing. It's just not how you earn your nutrients. But do you drink?
I think I'll wait till I find a nice pile of compost.
You suddenly see from the side of the room coming down the stairs. Old phone, who's this? You see from the staircase on the right side that there is a man who is much different than the rest. Everyone else seems to be sort of there and then not. Similar to the fields, the more you look around, the more you notice it. Like, these women, now that they're not being talked to, sort of just stand there. They don't chat, they don't really move, they just kind of stand around. But this man sort of has an ambience to him, sort of like an animation that he is doing. And as he walks downstairs and out of the room, he looks at people, and you can try to not do this, but he is going to look in your direction. Do you want to act like one of the other characters, like one of the NPCs that I've been describing, or do you want to look him in the eye?
I want to try and act like one of the NPCs.
Okay, I need you to roll a deception check or performance.
Okay, doke.
You're so lucky I don't have 200 yet. Speaking of, has anybody actually cashed in yet? It's been a little over an hour. I think somebody might have enough for a D6.
I think they've been burning it on the chaos and protection.
Yeah. Especially kebabs.
It's like 14.
Ooh. All right. What is your charisma?
14.
Okay, so you actually get a +2 here.
Oh.
Yeah. So you have a 16. So this man looks at you. Oh, let's see if this roll works. It does work.
Woo!
Received a positive. So who'd you roll it for? Player 3? Do you want to add that? So it was a little late, but do you want to give that to the for his roll there?
Yes.
All right. So for this one, he can roll with karma. So in this case, we're going to add that 3. So karma here makes it from a 16 to a 19, which is actually from a failure to a success here.
Whoa.
Nice.
Because this is not an easy guy to trick. So you feel your performance is a little off, and then suddenly you have this burst of inspiration. You're bursting with the seams with luck, and it's like 1,000 voices yelling at you at once, and they all say, "Just look at his shirt. Just look at his shirt." And you do. You just look at him, look at his shirt, and turn back. He has this nice orangish shirt that looks like it protects from the cold. And you keep moving on with your life. And he does not say a word as he leaves the building. He did have, however, a flute on him. Dimitri, Samson.
Yeah.
Dimitri, you are walking along this path when you see ahead of you a cart with an old man and a blueberry-shaped individual that you have never seen before, Dimitri. Samson, can you describe what you're doing after 2 hours of riding with a man who has done nothing but say the same 5 things?
I'm trying my best not to interact with him, so he doesn't say it again.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of just start to fall asleep. I enjoy the ride.
Does Dimitri know the guy that's leading the cart?
No. But
Okay.
you do recognize in the back of his cart sticking up is a pack of supplies that looks identical to the one you always grab.
I guess I'm picking up the supplies from you now instead of just off the side of the road. Who do we have here with us? Coming for the festival?
Oh, yes, of course I'm coming for the festival. On that exact same note, Samson, he says this is the line that he's always been saying to you. Well, the festival provides for all. It's quite great. Haven't you met Mother?
Of course. And we'll meet her again very soon.
Yes,
The
yes.
festival's great.
I'm so excited too. Oh goodness. But where are my manners? Of course. You're the Smithy's son, right? I've seen you around a couple times.
Yes, I'm usually the one that has to go to the outer edges of town.
Yeah. He probably had you coming out here to pick it up off the thing. Don't worry. I'm just bringing it to your dad. And you want to ride back to town?
Yeah, that would definitely save us some time if I can catch a ride.
Wonderful. As long as you're here, we can talk about the festival and all the things we're doing to prepare for it. We have a lot of work to do before everything happens. I'll have you know that we're meeting Mother this year.
I'm very excited. Dimitri's going to be taking a hard look at the other person that's there, Samsung, and just trying to discern who and what they're about.
Since we stopped and he started talking again, I woke up and I'm like just rubbing my temples, getting a headache. Over, he just keeps saying the same things over and over again. And I kind of don't even pay attention to Dimitri. It's just like, I just want to make it to town so I can get out of this, so I can get away from this guy.
Dimitri, this old man is very quiet and very reclusive. You're not sure if he's one of those people that just aren't people. It's hard to tell. The ride back is full of exclamations about how the festival's going to be great, how the weather has been. Samson, you've been hearing this for the last 2 hours, but for Dimitri, this is pretty new stuff.
After it gets to the point where it then starts to repeat, then Dimitri will start to be a little bit more quiet and shortening the conversation to sort of end the sequence as much as possible.
Yeah. Eventually, since you're especially proficient at this from living here your whole life, it's pretty easy to realize the pattern. It's sort of like they only have a certain amount of dialogue options, but they can spice it up a little bit. It's like you could ask about the weather and they'll tell you, oh, it's 60 degrees and sunny. And then you could be like, okay, what's the weather yesterday? And they're like, oh, it was 60 degrees and sunny, but there was a breeze. You know, technically it's the same answer, but they added, like, it's a breeze, or maybe it's, like, drizzling later. You know, they add something a little bit. It's not usually that much more, though. As you guys are pulling into town, you're noticing that the people around town, Dimitri, are very excited still. Obviously, they're still working on stuff for the festival, but they are harvesting things at a much more broad range. There's, like, more people here than you've seen before. New people, old people that are probably long dead, Dimitri, that have somehow reincarnated. Not a thing you're unfamiliar with, but still creepy nonetheless.
Stop trying to save him after a certain point. There's no reason.
Mm-hmm. And as you're heading into town, you can definitely tell that people are excited. And the Blueberry Man says, "All right, folks, I'll drop this off to your old man here. You can go to whatever the hell you want, but hold on, I gotta drop Samson off at the inn here. I promised him I'd get him a spot to rest for his old bones."
I get off now.
All right. Well, if you want directions, you don't have to ask me. This is up there to the left. So, Oh, and a reminder: it's going to rain tomorrow. So just a heads up. Something you've probably heard 1,000 times. Samson, you've heard it 15 times actually.
I try my best to get off the cart myself without hurting anything.
It's not too difficult. Luckily, this body is, well, relatively put together, even if you're coming out of a casket, literally. It's sort of hard to say that it's, all there. Your knees hurt, your back hurts, but all in all, you can at least move. That's good. Samson and Dimitri, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to ask, individually, I'll need to know where you guys are going now.
I'm gonna ask Dimitri for directions to the inn.
Okay. Dimitri's gonna go, sure, I can direct you there, as he's like, that's odd. I just gotta drop these supplies off real quick, and then we can head over there.
Oh,
if you wanna
Blueberry
come
Man's gonna do that for you.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, certainly. The inn's just down this way. Some of the best harvest ale that you'll find around is what they say, always.
Wow, why was he repeating everything?
Wait, you find that odd?
You don't?
Well, I definitely do, but no one finds it odd.
Wow, where I come from, it's very, very weird.
I definitely want to grab a drink with you. We can talk about that.
But my manners are, I'm Samson. And I like shakily go out to shake your hand.
Dimitri reciprocates and is like, Dimitri, the smith's son in town. Sorry, there I am repeating, as I do with everyone.
It's no problem. I didn't understand the first time. As long as you don't do what they do, it's who are these other people on? And I followed Dimitri.
The Golden Harvest Inn is a cozy little place. The building is 2 stories with a couple of rooms up top and a very cozy fire, very warm atmosphere, very friendly. It's almost too friendly, Dimitri. This place has always creeped you out the most because when people are here for long periods of time, it's the same like 5 or 6 people, except for one man who comes in and out named Sola. Sola is probably the only other person in town who is not like the other NPCs. In fact, Sola seems to be very much like you, except he avoids you like the plague. He does not ever want to talk to you. And all the NPCs act like they don't remember Sola until the night. Like, Sola doesn't exist until, like, 6 p.m. And then they all talk about Sola the Bard, a man who comes in and sings about whimsical tales, and then leaves by morning. But every time you ask about him in the morning, he just doesn't exist. You step into the tavern, and Dimitri, there are very clearly a lot of people you've never seen here before. There's a mushroom man and a rabbit man, and there's there's what looks like a cleric, and a couple of girls, and a couple of people who work on the fields, and the barkeep is talking for once. It's sort of a shell shock, like a sucker punch to the face to see everything new here happening. Do you do anything? Say anything to this?
There's definitely a moment where he just kind of freezes in place, as I'm sure Samson kind of continues to walk forward, and he's just taking it all in, as though he's waking up from a dream and wondering what is going on.
As Samson, I'm assuming you're the last person to walk in the door, so it's like Dimitri, then Samson?
Yes.
Wonderful. As Samson's foot crosses the threshold of the building, every person in the party, I'm going to say party, you're not quite together yet, but every person in the party feels something in their chest sort of glow with warmth and radiance, as though you recognize something about each other. And it gets stronger when you look at another person. And all 5 of you sort of look up in instinct to each other and realize that these people around you, the people you're looking at currently, the party, are the only people, at least around, that know what's happening, or at least have a clue. And that's where we're going to take a small break. So to the audience real quick, once again, I will reiterate that the challenges, as expensive as they are going to determine a chapter-wide event. So it will determine whether or not the party's going to get a good ending or a bad ending, sort of like a secret in a video game. So the more you want to screw with the party, please add in. Also, note, party members, we will have to talk about your channel points in a while. I forgot that you guys could also go for the challenges. For now, I'll allow it.
Vote now on your phones.
But for the audience, I don't really have a music or an ad break, but I will do a BRB screen. I'm thinking just 5 minutes is cool with everybody. Are we chilling with that, party members?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sounds good.
I will make it to where that we can talk to each other on Discord, but they won't be able to hear you. Is the goal. So we're gonna do that
and I'm
now.
sure they won't tell us if they still can.
Yeah, it'll be secret sauce. Okay. So this is a good time for everybody to use the bathroom, do what they need to do, and I will see you guys in a hot second.
What do they mean by they drew it with their fingers?
I think they're on their computer or something, and they don't have their Apple Pen,
Oh, okay.
so
I
they draw
thought
with their
like
fingers.
finger painting.
That's really darn good with touch control rather than using an actual stylus.
Yeah.
You know how frustrating that can normally be.
Oh man, especially the small lines. Oof.
They like the hair and the clothes and all that.
So this is what they drew.
Good job on that. There we go.
That should
Let's
be.
zoom that out.
God, the eye and the mouth is just that reminds me of the Full Metal Alchemist Truth, how Truth is done, or at least how.
That's what I was wondering if that was an eye itself or the mouth, or if the bits on top were actually the eyes.
Dude, I love that. I would love a full color copy of this, and with way more. I would love a full one of this. This is awesome.
The handwork, though, I have to say, I'm impressed with that. That is really darn good.
Yeah, really
All
well done.
right. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So, jumping back into it. I could do that when I find my pen. I would love to see that. Please do. Teach me the ways of art. Where were we at? We were talking about how to traumatize the party. That's right.
We were all seeing each other for the first time as the room lit up.
For the first time in
My parents did enough of
forever.
that.
All right. So, this is a wonderful opportunity for the party to talk to each other. They now realize that they are probably the only real people here.
Dimitri will kind of look to each of the other ones and kind of bring them together at the table because he's got Samson with him. Be like, you four, you're not, there's something not special, but I feel like I can, for the first time, see what's missing in everyone else that's still here.
The
Wait, so
Go ahead.
do you know everyone here? Is this? I don't know where we are.
Yeah, where the fuck am I?
Dominic the bartender says, "Well, of course you know guys, you all know us.
I never met
you stayed here.
in my life.
Oh Lord, this is why I had you try to drink the thing, but you knocked it over, Luck. Oh, goodness. Dominic, can you I don't know, he's still got a hangover. Can you talk to the man? Look, how about this? I'll clear out the bar. You guys can have a cool conversation, and you can deal with Luck, Dominic. I've had no luck with him all day. This is super frustrating. I've got some stuff to clean. I've got some stuff to clean.
Yeah, no worries. You take care of that, Dominic. We'll see what's going on here. Have good luck with the festival.
Oh, thank you. You know what they say. Mother brings festive and joy and fortune and fertility to all. I'm actually hoping for a kid myself this year.
Huh?
Oh, that would be exciting.
Yes, me and my
And then
wife
just
are trying
turns
for a
the,
kid. He yells at the other people. He's like, "Okay, you lot, get out of here. You weren't buying anything anyways. Shoo, shoo, shoo. let Dimitri handle all this. He's got this in the bag. Most of the other NPCs literally like stiffen up at that command and just turn on a heel and leave. And Dominic turns to face away from you all and begins to clean his like shelf of bottles.
Okay, so I'm not the only one seeing that as all weird, right?
No, but you said you like know everyone here and that they're all missing something.
He said he knew me. I never met him.
I've been here for, well, actually the hard part is the further out you look, it's like the mist. It gets foggy. But I know I've been here for a long time. Born here, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I've always felt things are off, but everyone assures me that it's not. So if you guys are feeling it too, then it's not just me for once. I'm not alone.
No, you are most certainly not alone in finding this very odd. I mean, I can't speak for these other fellows here, but I was with my own people before I awoke in this very tavern, actually.
Yeah, I was like somewhere different too.
You didn't arrive like Samson on the cart from another town?
No, I was at my village, but it's still kind of, it's getting foggy, but I know I wasn't here.
I don't think this is my real body.
Huh?
I'm just staring at my hands. This is not me.
Well, who are you?
I was a young adventurer
Well,
doing great
You're
things.
looking
killing
pretty
dragons.
old.
you look pretty old right now. Like very old.
I don't remember much back then, but I know this is not me. It's very weird everything else is going on, but this is not my hands, it's not me.
So do you remember what you were doing before you became this?
The last thing I remember is being at a bar.
Well, we are at a bar.
Well, one different than this, and I believe I was attacked.
Me as well. What about you other two? Are you also attacked before you came here?
I was not attacked. I was like, chilling, and then I hid, and then I'm here.
You hid from what?
It's like, dude, I don't know what he was or like who he was. He came up to me, put his hands on my shoulder, and was like, "You have a debt to pay." And yeah,
Hmm.
Was he possibly the same man that attacked you in the bar?
No, I was attacked by some demons, if I remember. It's all still very blurry. Happened so fast.
Huh. There haven't been any attacks in this town for a while. Though, if you go too far into the woods, yes.
Well, what's
Demons,
out there?
there's mostly like large wolves and
I immediately tense up.
I
so-
can't
so-
really remember.
Every single creature that you begin to think of, there's a common trope in creatures. Like there's a lot of basic ones. You're like, there's a couple of goblins out that way. You know there's a couple things, but every time something specific comes up, it sort of just melts away in your mind.
But definitely not demons. Demons are something stories of. You actually saw them?
If my memory serves me correctly, I can't remember much else.
Well, if we ended up here, there must be a way for us to get back. Does anyone ever leave this place that you know of? And not in a kind of dead way.
Oh, they leave and don't come back in that way, yes, but some venture out to other towns. It's hard to say though if they necessarily got anywhere and left. The odd thing though, which I'm starting to get worried about with this festival, for me this is actually kind of a new festival, but usually after a certain point, even those that might have, as far as I was aware, now I'm wondering if I'm not crazy, thought had passed, kind of come back, not in like a undead way, but as though they were never gone. Hence why I thought maybe I've just been losing it this whole time.
Oh, this is definitely strange.
Wait, so like, have you died and come back?
I don't know if I would remember. But from the sounds of it, that's happened to at least 3 of you? And you, Luck, you said a person came up behind you and basically threatened you.
Yeah, like this ugly dude. He came up to me in like a black cloak, and he was like, "Yeah, that must be paid. I don't owe nobody money."
Huh.
Well, I'm afraid that there must be something really weird going on if we arrive right at the time of this new festival. Maybe trying to, I don't know, turn us into whatever these people are.
I have an idea. We blow this place up.
I don't really know if we can blow up the town per se, or if that would be the best thing to do.
The bartender
citizens.
looks up and says, "Don't blow up my bar, please."
I never said I was gonna do that.
Okay.
You literally just... Never mind.
I want to make sure we're like in hushed tones from now on.
Do any of you guys happen to know maybe a more unusual language? And then Dimitri goes off in Elvish and Sylvan as the ones that he knows.
I respond in Sylvan.
I respond to Sylvan the same.
Okay. Maybe we can communicate in this form if we need to say anything more, dangerous for information.
On that
I have
same
no
note,
idea what all just said.
on that same note, if you guys are speaking another language, it would probably be best for all of us to sort of be on the same page. We will talk about this after session, but just right now for this session, if it's happening, I'll just assume you guys are talking in a different language until I clarify. Otherwise, we'll have like a code word or something.
Okay, no worries. I figure only if we're going to say something like blow up the bar again or anything like that.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
be
commit
move
crimes.
that to that language.
We'll be
I
loose
didn't
with
say
it.
that.
We'll be loose with it.
I
That
didn't
way,
say
that way it's not like, oh my gosh, you said something so blasphemous, they're gonna kill you all, and then it's like, no, we were speaking Sylvan. We won't do that. It'll be okay.
Amid tax fraud.
The barkeep says, when? There is a sort of, I wouldn't say noise, but there is a very clear indication that something is happening outside. And then a man runs into the room, and he says, "We got trouble, Dominic. We got trouble. Dimitri, perfect. You're here too. We need some help outside. Wardrobe, we could use you too. We got a problem."
All right.
Of course, let's go help them, I guess. I mean,
Do we have to?
while we're here,
You'd
might
like to
as
give us
well help these
answers
people.
to what's going on. This isn't normally a thing, and this close to town as being a problem.
I will need to update your character tokens on Roll20 at some point, but we will get there. Alrighty, let's go here so I don't spoil anything anymore. Boop. Then I think everything I move onto here will update in real time. That way, now the audience sees everything that I have in my bag of tricks.
Going there,
And-
Urk.
Bro went into the shadow realm. The fuck?
Poof.
You said nothing above that line, but you never said it across the line.
I mean, if he wants to be all the way over there, that is his prerogative. He is allowed to do so.
Yeah.
What the frick that be?
That is a basilisk.
Ooh.
Oh.
A very dangerous monster, very casually roaming through town. Currently, there are a couple guards sort of corralling it away. They're not fighting it per se. We will add the... Let's see what we got here. And just for good measure, let's add this guy. He looks goofy. I like him.
Goofy goober.
Alright, let's see how that looks on stream. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, currently, the Basilisk is heading down the road towards you guys. It does not look to be very violent. It does look to be lost. Very similar to a puppy. Just a little lost. However, the people in the city are yelling and running because a standard Basilisk procedure, don't look at it. Because if you look at it, it can turn you to stone. It currently has no interest in doing so. The guards are running down this way, and they're moving it towards you guys. And they're like, get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Oh, great mother. Oh, wait, why am I saying that suddenly? We need to get out of here.
This is the kind of creature that's normally around these parts?
No, nothing like this. Even on the outer edges of the mists, I haven't run into anything quite like this, let alone in the town.
As you guys begin to talk amongst each other, and even, like, debate on what's going to happen, the Basilisk moves its face up to all of you. All of you need to make a dexterity saving throw to not look at its face.
Right. We don't have less or anything else.
Okay, first of all, the Festival Kool-Aid is grape flavored, and it's quite good. So if you're gonna do it, drink it. It's great. Wardrobe with a natural 20. Goodness. Yeah, that's a very good one.
I have an ability that lets me add a D4 using my reaction on dex saves. Do you mean to say I'm using that before or after I roll?
I do believe that's just passive, so you just get that.
Okay.
So you just roll it, and oh, that's a natural 1. Well, I mean, they did take away your luck. I still need one from yeah. It's a 19 from with bonuses. Luck. Everyone else in the party looks away, but you just don't, I guess. You just
yell, don't look at it. Everyone looks away. What?
What? When you look at this creature, its eyes are gouged out, like surgically. Not like somebody stabbed it, but like somebody surgically removed its eyes. They are stitched together so carefully. But the moment it looks towards you, it goes feral. It begins to foam at the mouth. It claws into the earth and breaks the gravel under its talons. Its tail thumps into the ground and it snarls. Everyone roll initiative.
Okay.
Neato.
I have a +8 initiative.
Holy
So that's a 17. I was a 17.
Ascending order. For chat, I am going to be using my real dice in real life because I can, and I do what I want. You know, that's what it be. For big rolls, for big like eventful rolls, I'll roll them on chat. You cannot debuff me. I did not. Once we hit. Actually, speaking of, if at any point I get to partner on Twitch, which will take forever, we will have more commands to go and use. We'll have like 75 instead of like 50, and I'll actually be able to add in commands for you guys to debuff the Game Master as well. I only have 50 that I can use, and it was exactly 50 to get all of them together, so like I can't do it right now at least.
Can debuff him, kind of, guys. If you bless all of us...
No, don't
like
bless them. They don't need the blessings. They don't need it. They're fine as is. And the...
As a cleric,
Also, if you
I
protect the
feel as
party,
though blessings should go toward me.
you complete the protect the party goal, you can't do much.
All right, Dimitri, you are up first. I will also roll for the guards, by the way.
And it does look like this thing's getting ready to lash out in an attack just about anything at this point, right?
If you fill up the
you
protective party
guys.
goal, I'll cash app each of you $1.
Whoa, hey. We got that on recording, right? We got that on recording. You guys heard that? Can't tell me what to do, Turtle.
We got him.
We got. You know who could always use a blessing? Quick, protect the party. All right, so we got the guards in there. So Dimitri, what would you like to be doing?
So this definitely looks like it's aggressive at this point.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not-
super aggressive towards you guys.
It's 85 feet out. I can move 30, and then I move 30, so no. Yeah, I can get to there. All right.
Didn't it burrow?
Oh, did you say it burrowed into the ground, or it
No,
was just
no.
digging into the
It just
ground,
like
the
crushed
claws?
the earth beneath its feet. That's all. No burrow. Yet.
Okay. And I believe javelins are able to go 60, but at disadvantage. So I'm going to pull out a javelin and chuck it as I'm running forward.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make the attack roll.
That's a 13.
All right. Let me check something real quick. I gotta pull up another tab here. You will hit the basilisk.
Oh, sweet. For 6 piercing damage.
Nice, nice. You watch as the javelin sails high, sails far, and for a moment you don't think you have the oomph to get there. It sort of loses all of its speed, but it crashes down and does puncture part of the skin.
Perfect. And I yelled to the other guards, "Move!"
They look at each other and nod. All right, the poll is in. Sorry to interrupt. I asked the chat, who will die first? We have 3 votes for Luck. So, Luck, looks like you are in the lead for who will die first.
Fun.
Start a prediction. Okay, hold on. I'll do that later. I don't want to do that right now. Okay, we got this. Alrighty. Do you have an extra attack, Dimitri? Your bonus action or anything?
No, we're only level 2. You know what? I will bonus action compelled duel with the basilisk.
Okay.
It just doesn't have to see it. Doesn't require it to be humanoid. No.
Wonderful.
So,
Thank you. I was going to ask for you to do that. That's perfect.
Oh, no, it's 30 feet. That's the bit I was trying to figure out. Was the range. Can't do it from here.
All right. Well, no compelled duel yet, but Dimitri, that is your turn. Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
Samson, you're up.
I'm gonna move as fast as this scraggly old man can. I think I can get to.
Waddles on up.
Duck waddled up to the stand and he said to the man, "Run in the stand."
I think I can get about here. 30 feet of movement. And if I'm not wrong, I could hit him just barely. I think I'm a little bit short. Here, one. I think I got another square actually. Move up a little bit. Should be good here. Then I can reach him just barely.
Okay.
With Shadow Puppet.
Ooh, spicy noodles. Send the description in the chat. Also, please make sure to update the karma. You animate a shadow of a creature within range, causing it to attack that creature. As a bonus action when you cast a spell, or an action as a subsequent rounds, make a melee spell attack. If it hits, take 2d6 psychic. Or be incapacitated. Alright, do you want to use the bonus action right now to do so?
Of course.
Alrighty, let's add a tent. The shadow is actively rising from the earth to attack its legs.
Okay, so it's just a d20, right?
Mm-hmm. Melee spell attack.
Plus your casting modifier, whatever your main stat is, +2 at this point.
That would be a 14.
A 14 will hit. Your shadow comes up and tears at the legs of the basilisk. It will roll its intelligence save, which I will point out is not very great.
Oh, scrub.
What's your spell save DC is 14?
Yes.
It rolls 11, so it is incapacitated.
Nice.
And yes, Fly, what's up?
I don't know if you heard me, but I have a 17 initiative, so I'd go before the guards. For some reason, it's not adding my +8 initiative.
Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha.
Just you have to type it into your initiative bar.
Okay.
So like whatever it says now, add the +8 to it.
All right, Samson, is that your turn? Looks like action, bonus action, movement. So,
Yeah, that's it.
all right, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Luck, you're up.
Get your little wiggly line away from me.
I'm trying to see if I can get there.
No, I'm talking about turtle.
Well, what's
Get that
wrong?
out of here.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Keep that away from me.
Is this better?
Hold on, let me
Is this
check
better?
the range on the spell real quick.
Yeah, I don't think so.
How about that? Is that cool?
That one's probably better. Like
Yeah. 90-foot long breath attack.
No,
Wow.
No!
I'm in danger.
I'm gonna hurl a chaos bolt at this piece of shit.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and send Chaos Bolt into chat, and then go ahead and roll.
Okay.
You know, it'd be hilarious, actually. I'm going to make a remind me after this. In chat, you get to be a part of this. Do you think I should add a command for Fly that he has to roll his? He is a wild mage sorcerer. He has to roll his dice out here in public on screen for everybody. Like, it'll be a command that he types in and it'll actually roll dice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say enough points are dumped and it triggers his wild magic surge.
That'd be hilarious too. I could make that a third event. Trigger a wild magic
That
surge for
sounds
the event.
amazing.
Oh my god, yes, I would love that. Okay, I'll work on those after this after session. But for right now, you do need to roll for your wild magic surge, and on top of rolling to actually hit.
Okay.
I guess one is first though. I think it's wild magic surge first.
Okay. Wild magic surge first.
I do believe so. Let me read it real quick.
You could self-immolate, so yeah.
Yeah, self-immolate. I can become immune to being intoxicated for 5d6 days.
Hey.
Grease on myself.
In luck.
Probably best after the spell, because that way they can get off the spell and still use it, because I think it uses up their spell slot anyways.
It's after you cast a sorcerer spell of first level or higher, so it is not on. This is a first level spell. Yeah. So
the spell connects, and then the
yeah,
effect
I see it.
triggers.
I see it. So first and foremost, you cast the spell, and then I make you roll a d20 afterwards.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll the d20.
Okay.
Just a raw d20. If you roll a 1, then you trigger a wild magic surge.
I rolled a 9
okay.
plus,
It's not plus
that's
anything.
15.
It's just 9.
No, I have a spell attack bonus.
Oh no, that's not to hit. This is for the wild magic surge.
Oh, wait, no, that's a D20. The wild magic surge is a D100.
No, it says
when
once
it
per
triggers.
turn. Yeah, once per turn, the DM can have you roll a d20 immediately. If you roll a 1, then you roll on the wild magic surge table, which is a d100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Two hoops.
Okay.
All right.
So am I rolling to hit?
Yeah, you are now rolling to hit. There's no surge this time.
Okay, so that's a 17 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Nice.
On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled on that dice determines the attack's damage type, as shown below.
Okay, I'll roll a D8 so we can figure out what type of damage it is.
Yep. You have the table, so.
Poison.
It is poison damage. Interesting. Let me see. And then roll the damage.
Alright, 2d8 and 1d6. 17.
17. Goodness. Yeah. This Chaos Bolt comes out of left field.
What it kind of looks like is L4CK. He kind of like puts his paws together and kind of separates them in like a 4-leaf clover. Kind of just what's the word? It like just appears out of nowhere of thin air, and then he snaps it shut, and it just emulates, and like a bolt of magic just shoots out.
Oof. Big drama, big drama.
Scrub,
Yes.
we didn't roll my damage.
You didn't roll your damage. Oh, that's right. Yeah, go ahead.
It does damage, not just the effect. That's right.
Yeah.
Also, Scrub, don't be mad at me. I forgot to choose my sorcery points.
Please do that.
7.
Gotta get those meta magics in.
Yeah.
+7. All right. All right, this thing is looking pretty hurt now. Between the shadow beating up its legs, which now it can't move, by the way, it's incapacitated. The chaos bolt and a couple of other shenanigans so far, like a like a javelin to its face. Luck, are you done with your turn? I think that is everything you can do. All right, while you're moving, we're going to take the next turn here. The guards take this opportunity to basically, like, they were already corralling the monster with their weapons. They take this opportunity to surround its backside and basically just start stabbing it as much as they can. They just start throwing blows at it to try to kill it while it's incapacitated.
How are they stabbing it? They all have blunt weapons.
They don't have the weapons that they have on their icons, man.
If you hit hard enough with a blunt weapon, it's a stabbing weapon.
That's true. I gotta make sure. I think incapacitation grants advantage. Does it? Does it not? Am I dumb?
You're the
I'm not sure. I know it at least just as they can't do actions or reactions.
I'm just looking it up real quick, just to make sure. I don't know. I'm
yeah, because you're
pretty
thinking, I
confident.
believe, paralyzed, which adds the incapacitated.
Yeah, I can't take actions or
different.
reactions as incapacitated, but it also means
Yeah,
that they can still use like bonus. No actions or okay, yeah. No advantage, so they just attack flat.
Scrub, I'm gonna DM something to you real quick.
Okay. They roll 3 dice. Boop boop boop. We have a. The other one that hits is the middle guard. The other 2 guards are still sort of like dealing with the fact that it's bucking and thrashing and trying to get the shadow off of it, and they really don't want to get hits, so they're kind of playing like sissies right now. But the middle guy comes in with a good sword slash and cuts off 3 of the barbs on its back, dealing 7 damage. Let's go, dude. Alrighty, that is the Basilisk's turn. It cannot take actions, but it can move.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can it? Just to make sure. Just
incapacitated. That's
Yeah,
the rider
okay.
that gets added to all those other fun things.
Gotta make sure. I gotta be on my toes for this game. I just gotta make sure I'm doing everything right. Alright, it is going to take its movement to get as close to you guys as it can. It will move... Oh, that's not the right arrow, but hey, same idea.
It moves in a cone.
It is not very like dexterous. It looks sort of clumsy too. It's sort of barreling through everything it comes across. The guards will take their reactions to take another hit at it, as it seems to ignore them completely. God, the guards are bad. 9, 2, 4. None of them hit actually. All of them miss. They all miss their reactions. That's insane. All right. That is its turn. Incapacitated will last until the start of your next turn when you do the reroll. So, at that, it is now Wardra's turn.
All right, I will move up to help support
Got it.
my new compatriots. I'm going to use Bless on Dimitri.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you describe what Bless looks like with this new twisted magic?
I was going to say, ordinarily, it would be almost kind of like a healing vine that comes out of my hand and imbues some kind of magic. I'm thinking a rotten branch.
Ooh, kind of like a briar or something?
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy.
I'm trying to put it.
This blessing
Wait,
is...
the bless spell?
Yes, the bless spell. I'm going to see.
I believe you can target a few people.
Oh, it is up
Yep,
to
make sure to send it in chat.
3 creatures. Yeah, I'm looking for it in the chat thing. How do I send that in chat?
You can copy and paste it, or you can just click it in the spell list.
Yeah, click the chat button next to it, like a little bow icon.
If you want, I can click mine.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, save us some time.
Yep.
Wonderful. Bless up to 3 creatures.
Sure, I'll do Dimitri, and then Samson and Luck.
Luck needs it.
That's what I'm saying.
Luck, I'm kind of letting you purple. I don't know why you're purple. I'm gonna make you green.
No, keep me purple.
No, I refuse.
Bitch.
So angry. Why are you angry? You need another basilisk? I can throw in another basilisk.
No, I
Doesn't
want to
make
be
it fair.
purple. God damn it, make me purple.
Purple
Alright.
worm poison? Is that what you're asking for?
Yes, that's gotta be
I
it.
don't need another goddamn purple worm. I hate those things.
All right, Wardra, any bonus actions you'd like to perform?
Nope, I think that should be it for me.
All right. It is now your turn.
I want to hide.
Okay. Hiding is a bonus action. All you need to do is roll stealth. Looks like the chat is pretty convinced to make you purple and give you more basilisks. I'm kind of I'm obligated to follow the chat, you know?
It's literally one person and it's kebabs. Don't listen to him.
I mean, that's a lot of the chat. That's one of the 15 ain't bad, you know?
No. Don't listen
That's
to
like
the
100%, 15% of 1 in 15 the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1/15 of the
my
time it
downfall.
works every time. All right, so 9 stealth. You crouch uncomfortably in the sunlight. It's not looking too great for your stealth here.
The cat senses the
we have-
basilisk.
We have the drawing up as a question of if we get more basilisks, we get a drawing.
I mean, you know what they say, man. They crawling out of the woodwork, you know?
That's all it takes. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Kebabs.
Is this one's eyes also missing, hopefully?
No, full
You
health,
never
full...
finished answering.
All right. Okay, so you're moving to like full cover there?
Yeet.
All right. Without your guys' basic equipment, it's really tough for you to like do anything really. You have to be careful. Dimitri, you're really the only one with equipment here. What would you like to do since it's wrapping around to your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run straight at it as I draw out the hound's talons and charge in to get a stab.
Okay, go ahead.
With my reaction, I'm going to cast Auspicious Warning.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and send it. That's an extra D4. Yeah, you add a D4 to your next roll.
Oh, and I'm already adding in D4. Okay.
Yeah. What does
So-
Auspicious Warning look like when you do it?
It used to be very quick, like a witty response to seeing what the monster might do next. But now it's, his leg.
You see
I say like, just enough for you to hear me.
Sweep the leg.
You see the leg he's referring to is the one that the shadow is like clawing at mercilessly, tearing off flesh and trying to dig into bone.
Dimitri will look back and be like, got it. And normal roll. And there's a D4 added to that if needed.
Nice. Not necessary, overkill, but yeah.
So that's the main attack for 9 damage.
How would you like to fell this beast?
Sweep across that leg, cutting it. And then I will actually do the second attack from the blade as a bonus action.
Gotcha,
And
go
just
ahead.
slice through the lower part of the jaw, splitting it in half.
This creature's form implies that it would be far more sturdy, but its skin and its barbs tell a different story as you cut through, and it's almost like easy. It's almost too easy, like it was malnourished or not fully healthy. Your blade cuts clean. I mean, your father does good work. I mean, obviously your blade's gonna cut, but it's more than that. And this is sort of unsettling because the guards, they run up to all of you and they're like, whew, that could have That could have ended terribly. Thank you, Dimitri, and everyone else that helped. Thank you so much. I mean, this creature's very. We don't know how it got in here. It just was wandering around near the church, and now we're dealing with the aftermath here. We're lucky it didn't have its eyes.
Yeah, that's very odd. Dimitri's gonna poke at it with like another bit of the blade. It's almost like a rotten pumpkin in the consistency of this.
Let's here. How about you all follow us? We're gonna get you to somebody who can maybe help you and give you a little reward for doing a little favor for us.
I'm looking at that basilisk. I want to find out why the fuck it was so weird.
Okay. What would you like to do to try to investigate this?
I am going to use survival if possible. I feel like I might have ran into something like this in the past, and I'm like checking to see it's like, okay, does it look like a basilisk I've seen before?
Makes sense. Go ahead. Yeah.
Something like that.
Can I give him the help action since I am trained in survival?
Yes. Also, just clear, I think you've already caught on to it. You do have to be proficient with a skill to help somebody. But moving on from that, yes, you may.
Okay.
Perfect. So roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Natural 20. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to explain everything I can, then you get to ask a question, okay?
Okay.
So this basilisk is something you've seen before. In fact, you've stared at a basilisk between its eyes to not get killed by turning into stone. You're just that lucky, after all. Or you were. In this instance, the basilisk is, like, drained of its fluids and rotting from the inside out. It is very clear that whatever, like, got to this creature before you did basically sapped its life force away from it in like multiple ways. Its bone marrow is missing. Its guts and intestines are like literally eating themselves from malnourishment. Its eyes are cut out. The most valuable piece of it is cut out. Its talons are broken, like it was fighting something like that was made of steel or something, and it broke all of its talons. You can see its teeth are in the same sort of condition, and you can definitely tell that this creature was not roughed up by another monster. It doesn't have any scratches or anything on it. Whatever attacked this thing was magical and very, like, intelligently deliberate with its attacks. But more so than that, it looks like the creature was lost and didn't know where to go, but it doesn't particularly have, like, any other senses that would have alerted it to you guys specifically. So why it went berserk when it looked at you guys, quote unquote looked at you, is completely unknown.
Can I get one question?
Yeah, you get one question.
Do I find any markings or like sigils on it?
You find nothing like so apparent or obvious. There's no like somebody like marked it down and they were like, "Oh, this is mine, my basilisk," like they would mark a cow. But there is something that is a tell for like what this thing was that like attacked this thing, and that is that there is a small, like, I wouldn't call it figure, like almost a 3-stick object that is in vaguely the shape of a person that is tied to the inside of its guts. This is the work of a witch.
Hey guys. Well, Dimitri.
You got there, Lucky.
Well, it's not. But ain't there witches around here, are there?
Witches?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna point at the little stick figure in its guts.
Do I know of any witches that have been around here? Just checking.
You have never heard of witches in this area.
No, that like kids stories. That's the only witches that I think
whoever had this thing did everything but shit on it. I mean, there's so many things bad about it.
Okay, we should probably get it moved to the outskirts of town and bury it, just so that any corruption that's gone into it doesn't leak out or call more.
Yeah, and then they can leak out into the grounds and the roots and all that.
The guards sort of glaze over like the action is sort of out of them, and they say, all right, Dimitri, we can do that. And they just start picking up the body and moving it out of town, like you said.
Well, they're at least good for something.
As they're leaving, they mention, you should probably know that you need to go talk to Mordrell the Hunter. He's known as the guy that makes the bows here in town. He hunts the more dangerous game that the city can't really deal with. If there's like a big bear, he's the guy that goes and deals with it. Maybe he might not kill it. He may just like move its den somewhere so it stays away from town. He's the guy that the NPCs rely on to keep the monsters away from town that are too powerful. He doesn't kill all of them. Sometimes he just tells people how to not get killed. But go talk to Mordrell the Hunter in town, and he will probably reward you for dealing with the basilisk.
Definitely, we'll talk to Mordrell. Hopefully he'll know the direction the basilisk came from. Did you guys see whereabouts the direction?
No, we got told about it when somebody started screaming. It literally just wandered into town like a lost dog. It didn't attack nobody, and when people started noticing it was there, that's when we freaked out about it.
You have like nothing on the perimeter?
The what? I didn't understand what you were saying, Fly.
I was asking if they don't have anybody like watching the perimeter.
Well,
who the fuck just lets a basilisk walk in?
They do, but like it just got underneath them. They don't know what to say.
Well, people are probably busy with the festival coming up, and we got to celebrate for Mother.
Oh, the festival! Yes. With Mother coming up, it's going to be very difficult. I'm glad you see it the same way, Dimitri.
What fucking festival?
Well, the tithe, the festival.
Who's Mother?
Mother is the one that
deity of this area.
provides. Yes, thank you.
She nurtures us, embraces us.
Gives us fertility.
This sounds like a cult.
They look at each other and they're like, what's a cult?
I will walk up to them and say, do you know if there's another name this mother goes by? I also worship someone who might fit something of that description.
Oh, yes. She's known as the caretaker, the sire of children, the gift bearer. That just basically anything that means to provide, because that's what she does.
I'll reach out once again to Shantae and say, are you there? Is this you?
Unlike last time where the phone was on, you feel an eerie static over the line, as though your message never actually went through.
Do you all have a shrine or something to Mother, you said?
Oh, yeah, we got a church up there. That's where Mordrell stays. Why?
No reason. I just might want to, prepare for the festival and maybe do some thought and prayer there.
Oh, of course. Praise be to Mother, after all. But just a warning, if you go up to the church, they do expect you to take off your shoes, so just be aware of that. Well, what are we talking about for? You know about it, Wardra. You go up there all the time.
Oh, yes, of course.
They sort of seem confused when they say those words. They say it like they knew that the whole time, but they sort of didn't. You can very clearly see they didn't know that until they said it. They smile broadly, like they're looking past you, and pick up the basilisk and sort of hup towards the end of the town to go bury it like they were instructed to.
Hey, Scrub.
Yes.
When you get a chance, can you check DMs?
I can right now. In the meantime, does anybody else need something? All right, I think we're moving right along. God, that artwork that you made is so good, by the way. I keep looking at it every so often when I'm flicking through tabs, and it's really good.
It's cursed.
All right. So heading up to the church is not super difficult, but the sun has begun to set. Now, technically, this isn't quite in theme. It's not really nighttime yet, but this is just the map we're using for tonight.
Mhm.
This church is on a large, flat piece of land, something that's pretty rare in this entire zone. These places are full of hills and rocks and earthy soil that is very difficult to plant on normally. This place is flat, as though it's laying on like a large rock. Trees dot the landscape, and torches, very brightly lit torches, line up in 2 rows of 2, all the way down the sides and all the way up in front. The church itself is relatively simple and nice looking at the same time. The materials are humble wood and very like few stones, and the glass is made of like this cheap handmade stuff. But all in all, when you look at it in totality instead of as detail, it's very well put together. Each detail is made of cheap object, but like somebody on a budget, it looks quite good. Except for the fact that it doesn't seem to be very hospitable. There's an air of, like, unease as you walk through the large door. And each of you note that inside is very open. At the center of this place is a wooden statue of a woman hunched over a cradle smiling. You can see that in one hand she has miraculous fruits, like seeds that are in full blossom, representing her ability to change the harvest. In her other hand, she has a doll, a wicker doll. Its eyes are missing, representing her blind love for her children. Or at least that's what everybody in town says. Mother is somebody who is kind and caring. That is what the town says. Mother is somebody who provides and cares. That is what the town says. There is no text in this building, no books, no pamphlets, nothing. There is simply Mother's Maids. Mother's Maids are these strange individuals, people. Don't burn the church to the ground. I spent a lot of time designing this church. Don't burn it down until session 2 at least. Mother's Maids are these people who have cut out their eyes in a ritual, maybe 1, maybe 2, depends on how high up you are in the tier. Basically what it means is to be blind to your faith is to be devout to your faith. To not see is to understand what true faith means. And in this case, Mother's Maids are these people in these greenish gray robes that help around the church and represent the will of Mother. They are the people that talk about what the festival is going to do, what activities are going to be there. They're doing a fancy jousting thing that they're talking about. When you walk in, they're talking about where they're going to go get this wood to go do jousting at. When you come in and they sort of stop talking, these festivities are not like private events, but they want to be like surprises. And these people are very excited to talk about this. They've got energy. And I'm laughing on Sugi Daddy's joke there. They've got this like energy to them, like they're really excited for the festival, and they want everyone else to be as excited as they are for the tithe. And when you walk in the building, Wardra, you get a feeling that there is no God here. This is not like normal like religion in like regular spots. This is wrong. This is bastardized. It's very similar to the church in the capital. This is not religion. This is something. It's like an imposter of religion. Super sussy wussy, as I'm saying. Mega sus. Dimitri, you have been in this building before. And every time you've come in here, you get this, like, strange, like, tingling sensation. Like, this is a place to go. Like, you're supposed to be here. And it's awful. It's so creepy. You're like, that's not me. That's not me wanting that feeling.
And the statue hasn't always been here, right? It's new with the festival that's showing up now?
You're confident it's here, but you've never seen it before. You're like, I've been in this building. There's always been something in the middle of this room. But was it that statue?
Yeah, see, that's the statue of the mother. As you can see, she provides, and kind of goes into the details of those things as we're walking into the room and presenting it to the rest of the party.
Ick!
With a bit of hesitance in the voice as he's describing it.
You notice that one of the mother's maids is looking at you with no eyes, just you, and smiling. Just this big, happy smile. Like he's so happy to see you without eyes.
Okay.
And all at once, movement sort of stops in the church. People stop talking, people stop moving and messing with things that they're doing or praying. Everything just sort of slows down. As you hear from the upstairs, the second floor, a man says, "Dimitri, what are you doing here?"
We're here because we need to speak with sorry, I dropped my text.
You're good. It's Mordrel.
Mordrel. We're here because we need to discuss something with Mordrel.
What do you mean you need to... I'm right here. You could just talk to me. You look up to Mordrel, and he is this tall, almost empowering figure. He has an air of charisma to him. Yet he is sick. It is very clear that Mordrel is diseased in some way. Maybe he has, the equivalent of, magic cancer. You don't know what the disease is. You've always known Mordrel to be this, strong, powerful individual with an air of charisma, but now this man looks like he's gone through 2 stages of chemo and barely gotten out the other end. His hair is falling out in patches. You can see his eyes have multiple bags. You can see his body is just hunched over, like it's hard for him to just stand up, much less breathe and move about. But you see that in his eyes are a fire, like he will not go down with such a petty disease. He is too strong, too willful. Even though his voice quivers when he raises it in the chapel, you can tell that his spirit is not broken.
Right, Mordrel. Wow, it's been a while.
I saw you yesterday, boy. Are you losing your mind again?
Yeah, it might be. We're having a basilisk in town.
At that, he stops being coy. At that, he stops and he says, let's bring this talk. He spits up what looks like probably, you're not sure, something. He catches it on his hand and he wipes that on his lower part of his sleeve. And he says, bring this upstairs. We'll talk in private where the maids cannot see us. All of the mother's maids just look at him and smile.
Yes, these fine folks should also come with me as he gestures behind him. They were there when the basilisk arrived. In fact, my good friend here, as he taps Luck on the shoulder, seems to have gotten a good look at the condition of it.
Wonderful. The more information, the better. Come up to my room. I will help.
If you can check in Discord, quick question on that for you.
Yeah, of course.
And Scrub, do you want me to send you what I picked?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hold on. They want to know what it is on. I'll look for you. Fireball is 0708.
0708. Wang. All right. So heading up to his room, it's this pretty cramped office that they've reconverted. You see the towers on either side of this building? It's one of those square pieces of the tower that he's in. It's really not big. It's very humble, and there's literally a piece of wood diagonally running through this place from roof to floor. But overall, it's pretty nice. He sits you guys down basically on the floor because there's really nowhere else to stand because there's that beam. So you guys have to sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce, or on a knee while he's at his bed. He's got a small bookshelf that he's looking at right now, and he's like, "Tell me everything that happened, and I'll see what I can come up with."
Well,
Oh.
we were in the bar discussing things with each other. I think one of you was about to speak, so I was gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Well, so there's like this basilisk. He had no eyes. Ugly as fuck. And like, it looked like a race toy with him. Like he had like a little stick figure inside of him. And he had a bone marrow. He's like, flesh was rotting, all that. Really ugly.
All right. I see that this one speaks fast. I'll.
Is there a problem?
No, it's. What'd you do with the corpse?
I don't know.
We got the guards to take it out of town and bury it deep. Well, I told them to bury it, not necessarily deep.
That's fine. I think that's for the best, anyways. Was there anything strange about this, other than it being in town?
Well, as our friend Luck had mentioned, it wasn't doing too well, as you yourself don't seem to be doing too well. How long have you been feeling like this?
It flared up 2 days ago. I was investigating the Bent Witch Woods when a creature struck me.
Sounds
It
like
was-
the perfect place for a witch to be.
It I was just investigating a small outbreak of harmless, I say harmless, fungus outgrowth. Creatures like squirrels are picking it up and being infested with it and transferring it to trees, and it's expanding its reach out towards the city itself. Thanks for the follow, Buddha. Also, nice to have you here, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. Towards the city, and I wanted to check on it while I was attacked by another creature and infected with... He sort of gestures to himself. I'm not sure the moss is all that dangerous, but I'd rather have it not be on our crops, if possible. Actually, you all said you defeated this basilisk, right?
Well, it was kind of limping on its own. It might have even died on its own if we had left it long enough.
Yet still, a monster is a monster, weakened or not. How do all of you feel about taking up this task of mine? I'd be more than happy to reward you with a couple of old scraps of material and some gear that I have from a while back.
Would be most helpful, thank you.
Yeah, I've seen most of my stuff.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So a reward for a job is a job?
Well, I mean, I don't really deal with that such thing. I didn't have a reward plan for a basilisk I didn't even know existed, but I'll talk to a friend of mine and see if I can scrounge up a reward for you. How about that?
Yeah, that works. That works.
In the meantime, I can offer you a place to stay at the inn, and maybe, I don't know, talk to your father for me. Tell him that I said he can give away my old gear, and they can pick it up whenever they want, Dimitri.
I definitely will, Mordril. And these ones seem like they can handle themselves. It will be quite useful.
All right. On that
and
note,
before we go,
yeah.
Oh, before we
Go
go, Dimitri's gonna go to Mordril and like kind of reach out and be like, I just want to try something for a moment there, Mordril, and I'm going to spend 5 lay on hands to cure disease.
You
Or
feel
try to.
Yeah, you feel your magic push through your body, pulsate into his chest and sort of echo around his body, destroying this disease from the inside out. In addition to it cleansing his disease, which it does, it brings back a lot of life to his face, and he looks just absolutely exhausted as the burden of this disease leaves his shoulders. He stumbles back. It's very clear he's been healed, but you notice that, like, he had this, like, you know that, like, adrenaline rush that people get when they're, like, saving somebody, and, like, the moment it's gone, they just, like, fall to the ground because, like, all their muscles stop working? It's identical to that, where all of his energy was going towards staying awake, being alive, and now that it's gone, he just sort of to the ground. He's still awake. He's like, forgive me, I just need a moment. I just need a moment.
I'll guide him to laying on the bed and be like, it's okay, it's okay, Mordril. You rest. We'll take care of this.
He nods, and he points weakly to the bookshelf. He says, just make sure nobody touches my stuff while I'm resting. And then he very swiftly passes out.
Can I walk up to Mordril and just kind of whispers like, you gonna use the nutrients on that basilisk?
Mordril does not answer. He's passed out.
I'm gonna take that as a no. I'm gonna help myself.
Okay.
Dimitri's gonna start walking out the door before you guys, so hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I can't see you doing anything inside the room.
Yeah.
I'm to steal. Let's go.
All right. That is the first question. Is anybody stealing or snooting about? Going once? Going
I
twice?
can't help my morbid curiosity. I want to find out if this is a cult or not.
Okay. How are you doing so?
I'm going to look for suspicious activities.
Oh.
Investigation.
Okay, in this room on the cult members, if you're calling them that, like what are you?
I'm going to walk up to a random person.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You walk up to one of the mother's maids that are downstairs.
Oh, maids, yeah.
Hello?
Yes, my child.
I don't think that would work. Like, biologically, I'm a rabbit. Anyways, what do you guys do here?
Oh, we are the word and mouthpiece of Mother. Well, obviously you know about Mother, Luck. We have you in here every other week or so. You come in for prayer, of course, but why are you asking? Is something wrong? Is something different? His smile is unsettling.
So, what do you guys do here? Like, do you pray? What do you do?
We are the mouthpiece of Mother. Were you not listening, Luck?
I heard you the first time. I'm asking you what you do here.
We are the mouthpiece of Mother, Luck.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. What do you mean by that?
Mother does not wish violence upon you. Do not inflict such atrocities against yourself. Mother loves all. Mother provides.
It seems she doesn't provide brains. Anyway, bye.
Goodbye, Luck. And if anything changes, let us know.
Stop being weird.
We are just providing our love to you, Luck.
No!
As you walk away, all of them are smiling as you guys leave the building. And they go back to talking and planning for the tide, the festival coming up.
I'm immediately going towards Dimitri.
Yeah, I'm walking toward Dimitri.
As we end tonight's session, we are going to discuss one final thing about the realm that you guys are in. Although Victal is one small place in this realm, you guys can feel a sort of timer begin to move, as though your time on this place is now active, sort of like a stopwatch beginning, clicking, as it will. as there are 14 days till the festival. Congratulations, players, you lived through session 1. Thank you, everybody, for showing up for tonight's stream. I hope you enjoyed the show.
This is the most obvious cold I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Hey, you know what they say? Sometimes the obvious things are not what they seem like. And I think...
Yeah,
One person's
nah.
cult is another person's religion.
Yeah, exactly,
I
exactly.
can already tell. They're sacrificing chickens down there. I can already fucking tell.
We're sacrificing eyes, my man. I think chickens are the least of the concerns.
This is like Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah. So, a reminder, 14 days until the Tithe Festival. Guys, are you guys excited for the Tithe Festival? I am. I am so hyped for the Tithe Festival.
I'm so ready for cult activities.
Look, you guys keep calling them a cult, and they're the Mother's Maid,
It's
guys.
like
Come on.
Bob for eyes, or Bob
for eyes.
Human.
All right.
Okay, I almost have 4,000 channel points saved up. Woo!
Woo!
I have 5.3. Let's go.
All
And
right.
thank you, everyone, for the blessings, the
Yes.
subscribes, and
Dude, everything. You guys are great.
Yeah.
Also, this is like the
Wow,
biggest
wow.
audience I've had in ever. So thank you everybody for showing up. Like it means a lot, dude. I've been working so hard to get this set up and to see so many
you
people.
missed the most obvious, painstakingly cult activities I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, kebabs! Don't worry, we'll have plenty
It wasn't
more
that obvious.
fun with Mother's
They didn't look like
Maids.
a cult to me. They didn't look like a cult to me. I think they were just,
Yeah, maybe because
As
you're
the
old and
religion
this-
expert, I think it seems legit. I think it definitely.
Yeah,
very nice citizens. You know.
yeah, yeah. This
Nice place to live.
screams religious activities.
Good
It
religious
definitely
folk is what I'll
Yeah.
say.
After
does. Shut the
session,
fuck up, kebabs.
after session, we'll yell at Fly for you, kebabs. We got you. Okay, so a reminders before everybody leaves and gets off for tonight. Real fast, everybody that showed up, thank you again so much. I really appreciate it. Next Wednesday, same time, 8 p.m. Central, I will make another really short video about it. We're going to have that. Just to make sure, everybody who has channel points, you'll have those next time you show up too. Every time I stream, not just during these, you'll earn channel points. So if you see me live, or if you hear about me going live and I'm just playing with Glyza P or something, you can show up, lurk, earn channel points, and spend them on the Wednesday sessions. In addition to that, after this, I will be setting up a way for Twitch chat to invest towards a forced wild magic surge. I don't know how I'm going to do that exactly yet. I will figure it out, though, after this session. To all of Twitch chat, I am going to be closing the stream in like 10 seconds. So, players, you can say your goodbyes. We're going to get out of here and we're going to stay in chat. Yeah.
Looking forward to see you guys next week. Don't get lost in the news.
A big bow.
Big bow. See ya, Buddha. Love you
Take
too,
care,
man.
y'all.
Curtains closed.
Curtains closed. Cha-cha.